Good morning. It's so nice to know that you are joining us today on 3+U. That rain is coming down, but we're going to smile a bit this morning today on the show. We're celebrating community, actually, to kick things off today. Not so much in the sense of a nonprofit that's giving back or a community event for you to come to, but a way that you individually, with the time in your day, can give back to CHI Memorial and the work that they do each and every day to keep all of us healthy and thriving and supported. So this is Jean Payne.
Good morning.
This is Sue Culpepper, and this week happens to be
National Volunteer Week.
And y'all make volunteers really an integral part, Jean, of the Memorial family.
They're an amazing part of our ministry. You're right. We've got about 330 active volunteers on all our campuses, and we couldn't do it without them. They bring such love and passion and service.
It is, you know, I've had something happen in my life the last few days that has had the talk of love come up a lot, and nurturing and caring for others come up a lot, and that it's hard to define which way it happens. Do people feed you, or in you feeding them, does that come back to feed you?
Well, we feel like it's a beautiful
It's
circle.
a circle, right?
A circle.
Right.
Yes.
So when your volunteers come to you, and by the way, as Jean and I talk, and Sue, you're over the board, teenagers getting out of school for the summer can also volunteer, right?
Right, age 16 and older, we welcome them. We have a great student volunteer program, and the deadline for applying is the 30th of this month, so it's approaching. Yeah.
Okay.
So we welcome our students. We've got several students who are staff members, physicians. It's been wonderful.
Well, I struggled a little bit in introducing y'all because I caught my brain not keeping up with my words, but Memorial Hospital is more than just the doctors and the nurses who are there. It's everybody there, from administration on through, is kind of living their own ministry and the work that they do. So I think, Sue, that part of what you really want people to know is that the volunteering comes in your own comfort zone, right?
That's right, because Jean is a great leader of the volunteers, and she's wonderful to work with. She knows every volunteer by name, which that is amazing. But she lets us think about what we would like to do, because it's done with such joy. And so I happen to work in the Mary Ellen Locher Breast Center. Our daughter had breast cancer in 2020, and so I wanted to give back. But I started as a junior volunteer some 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I've been associated with Memorial for a number of years in various capacities.
Well, that's a long way to go back, 50 years. But do you remember when you first started, did you feel a little bit like you were stepping out of your comfort zone?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, yeah. As a teenager, I was, 16. My father had passed away. He was a patient there, but the care that he received was so wonderful. And I wanted to do something to give back. And so I started there, but it was very intimidating to me.
Yeah, but that's where Jean's sweet countenance comes in, and she makes it easy. I know you and I talk about this every year.
Yes.
This is an annual event for us. So I remember a little bit, but you even told me before that if you're more of a like you're happier to be maybe kind of tucked away, helping with some clerical things, that's still very needed.
Right. I mean, our hospital system, we're like a little city. So wherever your talent is, if you've got the heart and the passion to serve others, we've got a place for you.
And I wanted to say something that right after COVID, some of the doctors and nurses came to speak to the auxiliary board, and they expressed what a meaningful experience the volunteers make with the patients, and also with what they do every day, and how much they missed them during COVID when we couldn't go to the hospital.
Oh, right.
So it was a huge void.
I have known, I'm trying to think real quickly and tally it off, but 3 or 4 people who have volunteered with you, and it has never been a short-lived experience.
Oh,
right? Once you're in, you're hooked.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it is because you can see the difference that you make. Our volunteers are most of the time the first point of contact with our hospital. If they're calling on the phone or walking in, or even in the parking lots, our courtesy shuttle drivers pick them up, and they're able to put people at ease. You know, we're a large system, and anyone that's coming to our hospital, most of the time their day's not normal.
Right.
So there's a little anxiety there, and our volunteers are amazing at just giving back, taking their hand, walking them where they need to go, providing that comfort. And we need all types.
So you mentioned that the deadline to apply, if you will, is April 30th?
For the student volunteers.
Just for the students.
Right.
So let's talk to those parents for a minute. What would that look like from a time commitment standpoint?
For that time commitment, it's a 1 4-hour shift a week for 8 weeks.
It.
Yeah.
Okay, for the summer.
For the summer, and it's really been a great experience for our students in giving of themselves. When you're at the hospital, every day you can be thankful you're on this side serving those in need.
Right.
And then also for those, somebody said, well, I don't know if I have a medical career interest. That's great if you do, but you're serving others. So even if you don't have a career path for the medical world, and even if you do, we've got all kinds of positions that don't require clinical.
So in the application, if you will, or the filling out of the
Yes.
form to say, yes, I'm interested,
Yes.
are there areas you can sign up for that interest you more?
Well, a lot you can, yes. Certainly let us know your interest. A lot of it is your availability, where our greatest need is and when you're available. And then also too, with that process, you'll get a couple of letters of recommendation, and it's great. We've loved working with our students, and so does our staff.
And I love the fact that you've done this in 2 different parts of your life, as a teenager and now again as an adult.
Right.
Speaks highly to what this does to fill your own cup.
I get more than the patients get, I think, because it is so wonderful to work with patients, to talk with them, to try to make them feel comfortable, or give them directions, walk them to an appointment, anything
Share
that they
your
need.
gifts.
It is true, and that's what I always say, that our volunteers feel that they gain more than they give, and they give us a beautiful gift of their time and their talent.
Well, here is how you can join the throng then of people who are sharing those gifts. SupportMemorialFoundation.org is the website. Go on there. You can call them too if you want to, 495-8610. Get that filled out and you become part of that beautiful family of volunteers.
We welcome all.
Hi, I'm Trevor. Welcome to the Hemp House. Let me show you where the treats are.
Our selection of local